Good evening from Burlington Athletic Stadium. Adam Hipsky here for Game 2 of a two-game set between Bluefield and Burlington. Sock Puppets going for the sweep. Ridge Runners just trying to get a split on this two-game set in B-Town. We welcome you to Sockville for a Sunday night clash. These two teams went at it a night ago, and Burlington dominated 15-7 the final. Sock Puppets got the win from Holden Craig after the start from the right-hander. Bromley Thornton got his first start of the season. Craig picked up the win. Ariel Antigua had a 5 RBI game. It led Burlington to a Saturday night victory. Now we're back for more. Sunday means we're only playing 7 innings, and that means a couple of guys that can go the distance. And the pitching matchup we have on hand today, it's Andrew Steinhaus and Carson Foster. We'll start with the Steinhaus. The right-hander from Radford comes in with a 4.09 ERA, and despite that 0-2 record, he certainly has the stuff to pick up that first win today. He'll deal to this Bluefield lineup, starting with Cole Decker, CJ Oxendine, and Bryce Campbell. It'll be lefty, righty, righty, due up at the top of the Ridge Runners order as we're about set to go. After an hour of rain delays, it's about to be go time here from Burlington Athletic Stadium. Cole Decker, who was 3 for 5 with a couple of RBIs, digs in the left side. The freshman from Indiana set to face the first pitch from Steinhaus, making his 3rd start of the season against Bluefield. From the windup, swing and a miss. We're underway with a 6:26 first pitch after a little bit of rain in the area. We've got 83 degrees and cloudy skies. The 0-1 on the way. This is up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball at 89 miles an hour. Steinhaus winds and fires. This is down and in. 4-seamer at 92 miles an hour. Decker certainly capable of that extra base, not just power, but also the blend of speed as well. The 2-1, cut on and missed. Steinhaus back in a 2-2 count. Set to battle with Decker here in this opening at-bat. Burlington 13-8, leading the East Division. Bluefield 2.5 games back, and even 500 at 10-10. The 2-2, this is downstairs. Steinhaus, a 4-pitch mix. The fastball, cutter, slider, and a change. See what he dials up here in the full count. Steinhaus shakes off one sign, comes set, kicks and fires. Just misses outside. Ball 4 to the leadoff man, Decker. And Steinhaus thought that should have been strike 3. So Decker, who was aboard 3 times last night, he's on for the first time today. And that's how we get things going here on Sunday Night Baseball. CJ Oxendine, now the right-handed catcher. High school senior heading to Virginia Tech. But you couldn't tell the youthfulness from this guy based on his numbers, hitting .357 so far this summer. Steinhaus from the stretch. This is just downstairs. 2-seamer at 91 miles an hour. (1-0) in there for a called strike. Evens it at 1-1. Oxendine 2 for 4 with a strikeout yesterday. Getting the nod, hitting 2nd today. He batted 5th last night. It was a 15-7 Burlington win. Pitch, misses away. 2-1 the count. Steinhaus making his 3rd start, his first, or rather it's his 4th start of the season, but his 3rd start against Bluefield. 3 of his 4 starts now this summer have come against the Ridge Runners. Pitch, this is outside. Oxendine takes, it's a 3-1 count. Back on June 5th, That was probably Steinhaus's best outing of the summer. 4 innings, 1 hit, and just 1 run. Back on June 22nd, still went 4 innings, but gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. Only 2 were earned. 3-1 to Oxendine. This is outside, and back-to-back walks. Off the right hand of Steinhaus, puts 2 on, nobody out. Bryce Campbell, the second baseman, digs in from the right side with 2 on. Pitch in there for a called strike. Fastball at the knees, 0-1. The 0-1. Slider misses away. One the count. Steinhaus set and deals. At the knees, called strike. 90-mile-an-hour two-seamer. And the right-hander from Radford back ahead in the count. Trying to win the battle here. The 1-2 hit on the ground, high chopper. Yaucher, the shortstop, gloves, and only plays at first. He makes the throw. It's in time, but not before both runners advance 90 feet. That puts 2 in scoring position and just 1 out. First out of the game, we'll take a look at how Burlington lines up defensively. It's Brian Carruthers catching balls and strikes for Steinhaus. Left to right in the infield, Dom Kropinski, who started in the outfield yesterday, moves to the infield today. Preston Yaucher to short. He had the day off. He just made that play to retire Campbell. Dusty Vella at second. He was there yesterday. And Caden Combs, the first baseman, had the day off. First pitch here to Ryan Nedved, the left-handed first baseman. Is hit in the air left side and foul. Left to right in the outfield, it's Chance Jennings in left, Zach Jackson in center, and Wade Shelley returns to his normal home back in right field. 0-1 here on Nedved, who launched a 2-run shot over the right field wall last night. Facing the 0-1. Hit on the ground, right side, Vela gloves, plays at first. He throws on, it's in time, but Nedved drives in a run. It's Decker who drew the leadoff walk. He comes in to score. It's 1-0 Bluefield, just 4 batters in. Brings up Levi Jones, still a runner on third, so Burlington not out of the woods just yet. Right on left. Steinhaus grips the ball in his right hand. Now comes set at the belt. He's back to the windup. First pitch to Jones. Fisted foul down the left field line. 0-1. The 0-1 hit in the air and snagged by Kropinski on a line drive. The third baseman retires the side and leaves one stranded. So Steinhaus surrenders a couple of leadoff walks, but works around it, but not before Bluefield strikes first. It's 1-0 heading into the home half. Ariel Antigua, Dom Kropinski, and Preston Yaucher due up for the Puppets. Welcome back for the home half of the first. It's Bluefield 1 and Sock Puppets set to come to the plate for the first time today. They'll face Carson Foster, the 6-foot, 205-pound left-hander from Jackson State. But right now, it's this Burlington lineup that ranks atop the Appy League in both batting average and on-base percentage. And a large part in that is the leadoff man, Ariel Antigua, the designated hitter. 11 for 18, making his fifth start, but just hitting today, getting the day off defensively. He'll lead things off. Following him is the left-handed third baseman, Dom Krapinski, hitting third and playing shortstop, the team leader and runs batted in. It's Preston Youcher, the rising freshman heading to Penn State. 4-5-6 is righty-lefty-righty, Brian Carruthers, the backstop, making his 12th start of 2025. Zach Jackson, the center fielder, hitting .341. Caden Combs, the first baseman, 6'4", 255-pound frame. Bottom of the order is righty, lefty, righty. Wade Shelley, Dusty Vella, and Chance Jennings hit towards the bottom of this Burlington order. It'll be left on right to begin things here in the home half. Sock Puppets stepping to the dish for the first time in this series with a deficit. Controlled yesterday's game. Ended up taking it by a score of 15-7. Antigua digs in, Foster comes set. From the windup, the first pitch misses high. Fastball at 88 miles an hour. Antigua was 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs last night. Hit leadoff yesterday, back atop the order today. The 1-0 misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Wouldn't be surprised to see Bluefield start to pitch around Antigua after seeing the start to 2025 that he's had. The infielder from Tennessee. The 2-0. Hit up the middle and snagged by Foster, a comebacker that went right into the glove. Foster came across his body, snares it for out number 1. We saw Antigua attack a lot of first pitches last night. He waited patiently and took one, but unfortunately for him, Foster, a nice play defensively. That brings up Dom Krapinski, the third baseman from Miami, Ohio. Knocks the bat over his left shoulder with the bases clear and 1 away. First pitch, he takes outside. Slider at 81. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. Start to hear some thunderstorms coming across the area. We're still set to go. Play rolls on here in Sockville. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Behind the slider at 80 miles an hour, and the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. Krapinski 3 for 4 with a couple of walks yesterday. Reached base on 5 occasions. Bluefield 1, Burlington nothing. The 1-1, and Foster lost it coming down the hill. So after a brief pause, it would have been a balk had there been a runner on, but instead Foster just re-toes the rubber. Still facing Krapinski. The 1-1. Grounded to short. Jones fields and throws across to first in time to retire Krapinski. 2 up, 2 down as we look at Bluefield's defensive alignment. CJ Oxendine catching balls and strikes right there, the catcher. Left to right in the infield, it's Chris Daniels at third. He was there last night. Levi Jones moves across the middle of the infield. He was at second yesterday, goes to short today. He just made that play to retire Krapinski. Bryce Campbell at second, and Ryan Nedved, the near everyday first baseman for Bluefield. First pitch here to the right-handed Preston Youcher is swung on and high. Chopper to first. Nedved fields, goes to Foster, who has to cover on the backhand and touches first in time to retire Youcher. 3 up, 3 down, and Foster needs just 7 pitches to mow down the top of the Sock Puppets lineup. We turn it to the top of the second. It's 6-7-8 due up for the Ridge Runners. Top of the second, Bluefield leading 1-0, sending the 6, 7, 8 hitters. It's righty, righty, righty. Two up in the forms of Josh Hines, Chris Daniels, and Will McDonald. Andrew Steinhaus, who walked a couple of guys in the first inning, worked around it, but still surrendered first run of the game. He's back out on the mound, the right-hander with the bases clear. Wipes off his sweat with the baby blue tops. Set at the belt, brings it over his mask, and out of the windup. First pitch fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. Hines got the day off yesterday, DHing today for the Ridge Runners. The 0-1. Taken for another called strike. This fastball in at the knees. Dots that inner third, and the count's 0-2 to Hines. 1 for 6 against the Sock Puppets this season. The 0-2. Slider away, and he takes 4, ball 1. Right on right, Steinhaus delivers. Grounded foul, left side. Hines hitting .316 so far this summer. And a 1-2 count here with Steinhaus. Making his third start of the summer against Bluefield. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Hines chases the changeup, and that's the first punch out of the game for Steinhaus. There's one away here in the top of the second. Bluefield leading 1-0. In steps Chris Daniels, who was a late addition to the lineup, hitting 7th, playing third base from the windup. First pitch outside. 1-0, Daniels originally slated to have the day off. Cristino Tufano was expected to play shortstop, but a late scratch moved Levi Jones from third to short. The 1-0. It's popped up right side, hooking foul. Count now 1-1 on Daniels, who walked a couple of times, singled and struck out last night. The 1-1. It's fouled straight back into the netting. Daniels behind 1-2, same count that Steinhaus had the previous batter Josh Hines in. Right on right. Steinhaus winds and fires. Just misses beneath the bottom rail. Slider at 84. Count now levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Will McDonald on deck, the two-way from Tallahassee, Florida. 2-2. Misses outside. Fastball away at the knees. Count runs full here to Daniels, trying to avoid walking his third hitter of the game. It came back to bite him in the top of the first. Decker, the leadoff man, walked, came around to score on a sacrifice ground out. The full count offering is cut on and missed. Back-to-back punch-outs for the righty from Radford. Puts 2 away, bases still clear here on the top of the second. Fastball at 93 miles an hour. Got him in at the knees, and Daniels swung through it. Right on right here to Will McDonald, the right fielder from Tallahassee State Junior College. First pitch is cut on and missed. Steinhaus getting a lot of waves at his stuff here on the top of the second. Burlington went down quietly in the bottom of the first. They sent Brian Carruthers, Zach Jackson, and Caden Combs to the plate. The 0-1 hopped foul. No balls, 2 strikes to McDonald, who's taking just his 6th at-bat of the summer. He's done damage with it, though. 2 for 5, 6 runs batted in. Steinhaus shakes off a couple of signs from Carruthers. Now set at the belt and steps off. Didn't like the suggestions from his catcher. Now he steps back on. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Andrew Steinhaus strikes out the side, all courtesy of the swinging K. Hines, Daniels, and McDonald, the trio of victims for the right-hander Andrew Steinhaus. We turn it to the home half of the second. Brian Carruthers, Zach Jackson, and Caden Combs to swing it for the Puppets. Bottom of the second, Burlington trying to strike for the first time today. They trail Bluefield 1-0. They send the heart of the order to the dish. It's Brian Carruthers, Zach Jackson, and Caden Combs. Righty, lefty, righty. They'll face the southpaw Carson Foster, who worked a quick opening frame, went 1-2-3, and needed just 7 pitches to retire the side. First pitch to Carruthers. Fastball misses outside. 88-mile-an-hour four-seamer, and the count's 1-0. After a line out to the leadoff man, Antigua, Foster induced a couple of ground outs. The 1-0 misses away. Another fastball at the knees. 2 balls, no strikes here to Carruthers. Got the day off yesterday, hitting .343 this summer. 2 balls, no strikes out of the windup. At the belt, called strike. Back to the fastball. Carruthers has seen the four-seamer 3 times now. Two on the count. Just misses down and in. 3-1 with the bases clear. Bluefield leading 1-0. Carruthers has struggled this summer against the Ridge Runners, hitting just 2 for 11. 3-1. Grounded left side. On the backhand, Daniel Snares rifles to first in time to beat out Carruthers. 3 straight ground outs induced from Foster. Gets things going here in the bottom of the second. Bluefield still holding that 1-0 lead. In steps Zach Jackson, the center fielder from Virginia, hitting .341 so far this summer, but has also struggled against the Ridge Runners. Just 3 of 13. Foster set from the belt, kicks and deals. First pitch is cranked down the right field line, down for a base hit in front of McDonald. Jackson takes a look at second, but retreats to the bag. 1 out single for the center fielder, and Burlington has its first base runner of the night. In steps Caden Combs, the first baseman, playing in his 13th game this summer. Was the everyday first baseman, but tweaked his hand, had to sit out a couple of games, took about a week off. Back in the lineup here. First pitch, fastball at the knees, he takes for a called strike. Jackson has stolen 6 bases this summer. He creeps off the bag at first, being held on by the first baseman, Nedved. And Foster takes a check on him. Jackson just needs to cross his feet, and he's in safely. Nothing in one to count. Foster goes home. Check swing from Combs. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Count nothing in 2 on the first baseman, Combs. Foster set. Takes a deep breath and fires. Found straight back. Combs, nothing in 2 on him. Struck out 9 times this summer, hitting 184 from the right side. He's batted .250 against Bluefield here in 2025. Jackson on the move. The pitch outside. The throw down, not in time. Pulled Bryce Campbell off the bag, and Jackson is now 7 of 8 in swiped bag attempts. Burlington's got a runner in scoring position for the first time today. Meanwhile, Combs starting to battle back in the count. Took ball 1. Still behind, 1 and 2. The pitch misses up and away. After being behind 0-2, Combs works the count level. Wade Shelley on deck, the right fielder. Combs and Shelley both heading to Auburn in the fall. A couple of rising freshmen. The 2-2 with 1 away. Combs hits it up the middle, bounces off of Foster, who has to go towards first to field. He picks it up, throws, and it's in time to get Combs. Jackson takes advantage of it, and that might have been a break for Bluefield. It was sizzling off the bat and was heading straight for center field, but kicks off the right leg of Foster, and he makes a nice play defensively, and that's a couple of really nice plays from the mound. First on a line out in the bottom of the first inning, and that time to retire Combs after being hit by a ball pretty hard. It was 96 off the bat. And now that moves Jackson to third, but 2 gone, and the first pitch here to Shelley. Left on right. Takes inside, and it actually hits Shelley in the elbow, so that fastball at 91 gets away from Foster. And now the home plate umpire is saying that it didn't hit Shelley as he dropped his elbow guard and his bat. He was pretty confident that that did clip him. But now he's back to put his gear back on. And with a 1-0 count, left on right will go at it once again. From the windup, Shelley punches it to the right side. It hangs in the air long enough for Nedved, the first baseman, to haul it in and retire the side. Burlington records a 1-out single from Zach Jackson, but goes quietly after that. We're through 2 here in Saukville, just 7 innings of ball here in B-Town. But it's Bluefield 1, Burlington nothing. Into the third inning here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. It's the Sock Puppets trailing 1-0 to the Ridge Runners. After Bluefield tacked on one in the top of the first, they went silent in the second. Andrew Steinhaus, the right-hander, back out to work. The top of the third, it's 9-1-2 due up, starting with the center fielder Jorge Valdez. The freshman from West Virginia digs in the left side. The righty Steinhaus nods, and from the windup, first pitch is punched down the left field line and into left for a base hit. Valdez attacks a first pitch fastball down and in and drives it opposite field for a leadoff base runner from the number 9 hitting Valdez. Lineup card turns over. It's Cole Decker now, the left fielder who walked and scored. Back in the left side. And the check on Valdez is not in time. Center fielder in safely with the head first dive, being held on by Combs. Steinhaus in his third start against Bluefield has gone 4 innings both times. Fastball misses away. 1-0. Decker hitting .290, but he was dynamite yesterday. 3 for 5 with a couple of RBIs. 1-0. Misses, and it's in there for a called strike actually on the outside corner. Carruthers came up and bluffed the throw to first. So 1-1 the count. Here to Decker. Steinhaus, the ball away from his body, and the pitch is a comebacker to the right-hander. He gloves, underhand flip to first in time for the first out of the inning. Valdez takes advantage, moves over to second. One down here on the top of the third. C.J. Oxendine now the right-handed catcher, who also walked his first time up. Steinhaus collects himself, and the first pitch is taken upstairs, ball 1. Burlington took game 1 of the 2-game set yesterday by a score of 15-7. Both teams with an off day tomorrow. Tri-State hosts on Tuesday. 1-0 misses outside. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. 2-0. Steinhaus sets and goes home. Called strike at the top rail. Oxendine now in a 2-1 count. Tri-State heads to Bluefield on Tuesday for a pair, and Burlington on the road to Kingsport for a couple of games with the Axemen. The 2-1, runner on the move. Valdez takes off, the pitch outside, and Carruthers doesn't bother. So an easy stolen base for Jorge Valdez. He's now swiped 5 bases this summer. 3-1 to Oxendine. Back to the windup. Just misses downstairs. A tough spot, but a tight zone so far from home plate umpire Marcus DeSico. Puts runners on the corner, still just 1 out. Bluefield leading 1-0. It'll be right on right to Bryce Campbell. Grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Infield plays at normal depth. Pitch. In there for a called strike. Found the top shelf. Counts 0-1. Steinhaus, check on first, and Oxendine back standing. No balls, one strike here to the second baseman Campbell. 5 for 15 over the course of the past week. The 0-1. Slider misses down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to the junior from New Mexico State. College teammates with Chris Daniels, the third baseman, hitting 7th here in this one. Campbell here on the top half of the order, batting third. The 1-1 is foul tipped off the chest of Carruthers. And now Campbell behind 1-2. Nice crowd on hand here in Burlington. Stuck it out after an hour of rain delays. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still 1 away. Ridge Runners leading 1-0. The 1-2. Hit on the ground right side and through the hole for a base hit. Bluefield doubles its lead off an RBI single from Bryce Campbell. It's his 13th run plated this summer. Valdez, after a leadoff single, comes around to score. It's 2-0 Bluefield. Rain coming down in Burlington. Just a light drizzle playing through it. Runners on first and second. Ryan Nedved, the first baseman, digs on the left side. Steinhaus checks on second and goes forward. Fastball upstairs, but finds that top rail. Called strike, 0-1. Marcus DeSico, generous at the top of the zone, not so generous to Steinhaus at the bottom of the zone. We'll see how he adjusts. The 0-1, another one that misses high, but that one a little too high. A ball and a strike with 1 away. Here in the top of the third, Ridge Runners leading 2-0. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nedved behind in the count, 1-2. He struck out 17 times this summer, hitting 193, but batting cleanup because of the capabilities that his bat has. Plenty of power. Steinhaus stares in, collects his sign from Carruthers. Set at the belt. Deals. Popped up left side. Tailing towards the fence, and it's out of play. Krapinski gave chase, but instead Steinhaus receives a new ball and will have to battle at 1-2 once again. Oxendine on second, he walked. Campbell on first, he had the RBI single. The 1-2. Grounded right side. Vela has to charge and flip to first. Only plays there. It's in time. 2 gone in the top of the third, but Campbell over to second and Oxendine into third. Nedved advances a couple of runners, and he's stepped to the plate twice today, and both times he's grounded out to the right side of the infield. Brings in Levi Jones, who ended the threat in the top of the first, leaving a runner on third. He now digs in with an identical situation. Besides, there also being a runner on second. Still 2 gone. First pitch, misses high, ball 1. Rain continuing to come down here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Trying to do everything we can to get this game in, despite Mother Nature having other plans. 1-0. Steinhaus lifts the leg and sends it down the hill, and it's hit on the ground left side through the hole, base hit. Jennings comes up and fires into the infield. RBI knock from Levi Jones scores CJ Oxendine. It's all Bluefield early on, 3-0 Ridge Runners. So Campbell stays put at third. Would have been an extremely aggressive maneuver to round and head for home. Jennings with Plenty of momentum heading towards the infield. And now Josh Hines, who struck out swinging his last time up, digs in the right side. First pitch is grounded left side. Youcher, the shortstop, goes to second, and it's in time to cut down Jones. That's the third out of the inning, but Bluefield tacks on a couple. Slow start from Steinhaus, but Burlington with a chance to battle right back. They send Dusty Vela, Chance Jennings, and Ariel Antigua to the plate on the other side. After Burlington tallied 15 runs, then silent in 2 frames against Bluefield. It's 3-0 in favor of the Ridge Runners, and Sock Puppets still looking for their first runs of the night. It sends lefty, righty, righty in the forms of Dusty Vela, Chance Jennings, and Ariel Antigua to the plate. They'll do it against Carson Foster, who drew the start. He's back out for the home half of the third. Left on left, Vela rocking the bat over his left shoulder from the windup. This is inside, 1-0. Vela was 2 for 5 in last night's win. Hit 8th yesterday, hitting 8th today. The 1-0 misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Foster needed just 21 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. He surrendered just 1 hit. The 2-0 hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Leadoff single for Dusty Vela, and the Sock Puppets have the leadoff man on for the first time tonight. Still trailing 3-0, but a positive start here in the home half of the third. Chance Jennings now set to come in, who has struggled mightily since his injury, has hit just 1 for 12 over the course of the past week. Last night finally recorded a base knock. He was 1 for 2 with a walk, commanded the zone well. Typically a leadoff guy, but hitting 9th on back-to-back nights. First pitch from the stretch. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike. Jennings making his 18th start here in the Sock Puppets' 21st game. Pretty much an everyday player. The 0-1, instead a check on first. Dusty Vela, plenty of speed. He's stolen 8 bases this summer, but he's in safely with a head-first dive. Beats the tag of Nedved, who still holds on, the second baseman at first. The 0-1 and the left on right. This is high and in. 1-1 here to Jennings. hitting .292 this summer. Before going down with an injury, the outfielder led the Appy League in hits. Another check on Vela, and it gets away from Nedved and rolls into the dugout. Vela on his way for second, and he takes the turn. He's coming for third. The throw from Nedved all the way across. It's not in time. Dusty Vela moves corner to corner after it bounces all the way into the Bluefield bullpen. And an errant throw from Carson Foster deems costly. Vela over to third, still no outs. Burlington, nothing on the scoreboard, but right now threatening in a big way. 1-1 on Jennings. He's driven 7 across this summer. The 1-1, no outs. Swing and a miss, a healthy cut on the four-seam fastball at 89 miles an hour. Chased it upstairs, and the count's 1-2. Foster's set from the belt. 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. It spikes off the chest of Oxendine. It keeps it in front of him to force Vela back to the base at third. Corner of the infield is in. Nedved with his toes towards the line. Right on that outfield grass. The 2-2. In there for a called strike 3. Jennings didn't like it, but at the belt, he goes down looking. Time for the leadoff man, Ariel Antigua, hitting .611 so far this summer in just his 5th game. But he has been electrifying at the top of this Burlington order. Middle of the infield, back with their heels on the grass. The shortstop, Jones, moves all the way fully into the grass. First pitch to Antigua, misses inside at his feet. 1-0. Vela still on third. He singled and advanced on an error from Foster. It was the first miscue of the game from either side. The 1-0. Lifted into right field. McDonald back towards the line. Should be deep enough to tag Vela. He hauls it in. The throw comes all the way to the plate. It's on target, but not in time. Dusty Vela beats out the throw, but that was a rifle from McDonald, and I think a lot of people thought that Bluefield stood no chance, but Antigua does his job, and after driving 5 across yesterday, he's got an RBI sac fly to open Burlington scoring in the bottom of the third. It's 3-1, still Ridge Runners on the high road. In steps Dom Krapinski here in a left-on-left battle. First pitch misses outside. Fastball at 88. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases clear, 2 away, bottom of the third. The 1-0. This is outside. 2 balls, no strikes now to Krapinski. Grounded out to the shortstop his first time up, making his 16th start of the summer. Batting .304. The 2-0. On the outer edge, a called strike. 2-1 now. That one was well away from Krapinski. But Marcus DeSico rules at strike 1. 2-1 with the bases clear. This is high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Third baseman 3 for 4 with a couple of walks last night. The 5'10 junior from Miami, Ohio. The 3-1. Misses away and a 5-pitch walk to Krapinski. He's on for the first time today, and with 2 outs, Burlington's got a base runner. Preston Youcher set to step in. The shortstop that has excelled with runners on. Hitting just .271, but 18 RBIs. Batting third today because of how well he's been in those timely situations. Krapinski shuffling off the base at first, and the offering misses in at the letters. Oxendine calls for time, and he wants to talk things over with Foster. So in a 1-0 count with 2 away in the bottom of the third, Burlington finally struck here in the 7-inning game. Krapinski drew the 2-out base on balls, setting the table for Preston Youcher, trying to advance him. Krapinski 7 for 11 in base stealing situations. Plenty of speed. He inches off first. Still being held on by Nedved. And a 1-0. Foster delivers. Hit on the ground, left side, through for a base hit. Krapinski stopped at second as Decker comes up throwing, and Youcher with his first single of the game puts 2 on, and still 2 outs, but Burlington trying to stack a couple of quality at-bats and creep closer into this game. It's now Brian Carruthers' turn to try and keep the line moving. 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman. Left on right here against the starter Foster. Bottom of the third. The southpaw fires. First pitch fastball misses beneath the bottom rail. 90 mile an hour. Counts 1-0. Carruthers facing the 1-0 pitch. Misses in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. The catcher just 2 for 12 against Bluefield this summer. Krapinski on second, he walked. Youcher on first, he singled. The 2-0, and instead Foster steps off and forces Krapinski back to second. The 2-0. Misses away. 3 balls, no strikes. The count. Carruthers digs back in. An open stance towards the back of the box. 2 on, 2 away. The 3-0 from Foster. Across the heart of the plate for a called strike. 3-1 to Foster, who has eclipsed 40 pitches. That his 42nd. 2 on, 2 away at the 3-1. Misses well inside. An easy take from Carruthers. And Sock Puppets have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third, trailing 3-1, but a chance for Zach Jackson to make something happen. And before we see Jackson step in, it prompts a mound visit from Justin Thomas. So we'll take a quick break. Burlington trailing 3-1, but threatening in a big way here in the home half of the third. Carson Foster has allowed 8 walks against Burlington through his first 2 outings. And after 2 free passes here in the bottom of the third, Burlington has the bases loaded for Zach Jackson. Still 2 away. Burlington trailing 3-1, but a chance with a single to knot things up at 3 apiece. Foster back to the windup. First pitch misses in at the knees. 1-0 to Jackson, who singled in the second. He was the first hit of the game for the Sock Puppets. Krapinski on third, he walked. Youcher on second, he singled. And Carruthers on first, he drew the free pass. The 1-0 misses in the dirt and spikes off the plate, but Oxendine covers it quickly. 2-0 to Jackson. Hitting .341 this summer. Taps the plate a few times. And Justice Helmet set to face the 2-0. Foster collects himself and sends it down the hill. Misses in at the letters. Jackson in a 3-0 count. Carruthers also faced the 3-0 before drawing the 5-pitch walk. Foster sent one right down the middle. We'll wait. He dials up here in the 3-0. Down the middle, and Jackson was one step out of the box. It was a take all the way for the left-hander from Virginia. Now in a 3-1 count, still a hitter's advantage with the bases loaded. Bluefield leading 3-1. Playing just 7 innings today. The 3-1 is popped up left side. Atop the base, Daniels makes the two-handed squeeze to leave them loaded. Jackson gets jammed in a 3-1 count, and we are through 3 here in Burlington. After the Sock Puppets leave 3 on, it's Ridge Runners still with that 3-1 advantage. Andrew Steinhaus back out to work on the other side. Andrew Steinhaus back to work in the top of the 4th. He's gone 4 innings in both of his starts against Bluefield. He enters familiar territory, set to face Chris Daniels, Will McDonald, and Jorge Valdez Jr. Bottom of the Bluefield lineup with a 3-1 lead. Steinhaus set from the letters, and out of the windup, the first pitch to the right-hander Daniels is chopped foul left side, rolling into the Burlington bullpen, where Tyler Schaefer starting to loosen up for the Sock Puppets. Andrew Steinhaus has thrown 55 pitches today. And an 0-1 count with Daniels, who struck out swinging his last time up. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider away. Gets Daniels to chase after it. Third baseman behind 0-2. Calls for time, steps out, wants to adjust the batting gloves, tighten them up, straps in the right-handed batter's box from the windup, the 0-2. This is in the dirt and kicks away from Carruthers and bounces off the Burlington bullpen. Took an odd hop, but the count 1-2. Daniels back in. The right-hander hitting 156 this summer. The offering just misses outside. Steinhaus tried to get him on the fastball, sweeping away from the zone. 1-2 to Daniels. Grounded left side to third. Krapinski, gloves on the hop. He goes to first. It's in time. Nice play there across the diamond. 5-3 put out, and the leadoff man retired. Here in the top of the fourth, Bluefield leading 3-1. Now Will McDonald, in his 7th at-bat of the summer, steps in the right side. The right fielder 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Steinhaus winds and deals. Change up at the knees, dots that outside edge for a called strike. 0-1 with the bases clear from the windup. Bounces in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Burlington took game 1 yesterday, 15-7, trying to head into the day off tomorrow on a 2-game win streak after splitting with Danville earlier in the week. But point of emphasis for manager Anthony Essien is a chance to win the week here. Sock Puppets are 3-2 so far. It's the 1-1, just misses downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. But Burlington right now comes into tonight with a 3-2 record over the course of the past week, and talks about winning the week. Chance to go 4-2, and that's a good week. 2-1 misses away. Count now 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 away. Said not a great week, but still a good week, and you stack 4-2 weeks on top of each other, it's going to be a good season. 3-1 misses away, and Steinhaus gives up a walk. McDonald hitting 8th is aboard. And now the 9th hitting center fielder Jorge Valdez digs in from the left side. Singleton scored his first time up. That was in the 2nd. From the stretch, Steinhaus, the pitch, right down the middle, a called strike. Valdez, the center fielder from West Virginia. With the 0-1, the delivery, swing and a miss, laid on the 86-mile-an-hour cutter. Valdez behind 0-2. Steinhaus, his main problem today has been command. 4 walks through 3 1/3. 3 hits, 3 runs. All 3 have been earned. Trying to work around that walk here in the top of the 4th. Pitch is grounded foul off the leg of Valdez. Count remains 0-2. McDonald has yet to attempt a stolen base this summer. Back to first, being held on by Combs. 0-2 the count. Steinhaus steals. Fouled straight back. Into the netting. And a couple of 2-strike pitches spoiled by Valdez. 5'9", 150-pounder. Steinhaus set at the belt, takes a deep breath, and goes home. Misses inside, slider at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burlington trying to collect back-to-back wins. Already holding that 1.5-game lead on Bluefield. 1-2, misses inside at the belt. Steinhaus, back-to-back balls, has allowed Valdez to get back even in the count. Only playing 7 here today in Saukville. Part of Appy League rules, these Sunday games, just 7 innings. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Steinhaus gets his 4th punch out of the game. It sends Valdez back to the first base dugout, and there's 2 away in the top of the 4th. Bluefield leading 3-1, but Burlington trying to keep this Bluefield offense level at just 2 runs. It's the leadoff man, Cole Decker, who grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Walked and scored in the first. The offering misses in the dirt. Slider down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Certainly expect this to be Steinhaus's last inning of the game. Although Schaefer is back sitting in the Burlington bullpen. The 1-0 is tapped foul. Ball and a strike, 2 away. Top of the 4th. Bluefield, after tallying the game's first run in the top of the 1st, tacked on 2 more in the 3rd. Burlington finally responded with 1 in the home half. In the top of the 4th, it's 3-1 Ridge Runners. 1-1 misses up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Decker, the freshman from Indiana, played center field yesterday, getting the nod in left today. The 2-1 just misses outside. 2-seam fastball at the knees. Hitter's advantage to Decker. 1 pitch away from drawing his 2nd free pass. The 3-1 fouled. Off the mask of Carruthers. He gets a new ball from Marcus DeSico. Count runs full with 2 away. Certainly expect McDonald to be on the move. The lone base runner at first. Steinhaus, the payoff. Grounded right side to second. Vela on a hop. Fields throws on. It's in time. After a 1-out walk, Steinhaus works around it effectively and retires to the side with no more damage. It's Bluefield 3, Burlington 1. Combs, Shelley, and Vela due up in the home half of the 4th. We're halfway home in Burlington. Sock Puppets trying to bounce back. Back to the mound, holding a 3-1 Bluefield lead. Southpaw set the deal to righty, lefty in the forms of Caden Combs, Wade Shelley, and Dusty Vela. First pitch to Combs on the way. Misses outside. Fastball at the belt, and the count is 1-0. Burlington trying to respond from
a tough start. Trailed 3-0 before tallying their first run in the bottom of the third. 1-0 misses up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Burlington finally broke through last time to the plate after Dusty Vela had the leadoff single as the 2-0 cranked into left center field down in front of Valdez. Combs takes a long turn around first, now heading back to first. And Campbell came up looking to throw, but instead Combs has a leadoff single. And as I was saying, the last time the Sock Puppets had a leadoff single, they plated their first run. So now Wade Shelley digs in to try and move Combs around the base paths. It is unlikely to be a byproduct of a typical Sock Puppet small ball maneuver. Combs, no stolen base attempts this summer. And at 6'4", 255 pounds, I don't expect another. First pitch to Wade Shelley at the knees on the outside corner, a called strike. Fastball at 89, and the count's 0-1. A 1, cut on and missed. Shelley threw 2 pitches behind 0-2. Couldn't quite catch up to the high heat. The right fielder hitting .273, the 6-foot rising freshman heading to Auburn. Takes a couple of signs down the third base line from Torrey Pettiford. Now digs back in, facing the southpaw Foster, who comes set at the belt. Takes a look at Combs being held on by Nedved and goes home. Fouled straight back into the screen. Shelley once again attacked that top shelf. This time got a piece of it though. Combs inching off the first base. The 0-2. Shelley, comebacker over the head of Foster, too short. Jones has to charge, field, go to first. It's in time. Shelley hustled out of the base, but it's not in time. Combs over to second as the lead runner, but Wade Shelley had a tough play down the first base line. Made it bang bang, but Zach Bloom, the base umpire, deems him out, and now Dusty Vela, who's 1 for 1 with a single, steps in from the left side. Bluefield leading 3-1 here at the bottom of the fourth. Game 2 of this 2-game set. From the windup, Vela broken bat up the middle on the backhand. The second baseman Campbell gloves, throws it in the dirt, and it's dug out by Nedved. Combs over to third, but Vela retired. So with 2 away, runner on third, but an efficient couple of pitches for Carson Foster after giving up that leadoff single to Caden Combs. Yeah, certainly put that in the rear view. It's now Chance Jennings, the left fielder, who's entered the transfer portal after finishing his sophomore season with Winthrop. Takes a deep breath outside of the right-handed batter's box. Pushes his helmet down and readies the bat over the right shoulder. Foster winds and deals. Fastball at the knees, called strike. Jennings hitting .292 so far this summer. At one point led the Appy League in hits. The 0-1. This is down and in. Jennings, after injuring his right hip, taking a couple of days off, was hitting well over .350. Now that batting average dipped to .292. The pitch misses in, and it plunks Jennings on the foot. A little bit of frustration there from the outfielder, as Foster has now hit 2 batters today. Puts runners on the corners, and Ariel Antigua, who has 7 RBIs already through just 4 games for Burlington, making his 5th appearance today. Had a sac fly back in the 3rd inning. Scored Dusty Vela, but with 2 outs, no chance for sacrifice here. He was 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs yesterday. Made history earlier this week. had a 6-hit game, was 6 for 6 with 3 doubles. Gains his footing in the right-handed batter's box. The offering on the way. This is well inside. Antigua had to back out of the box to avoid replicating the result that Chance Jennings had in his trip to the dish. Command getting away from Carson Foster here. Just through his 59th pitch. His 60th is coming down the hill. Fastball up and away, and it's a called strike. Antigua asks for time and checks with home plate umpire Marcus DeSico on where that one was. Trying to nail down this strike zone. In a 3-1 game, 2 on for Burlington. They left them loaded in the home half of the third. The 1-1 is hit up the middle and knocked down by Foster. And instead, it stayed in the air, and he snagged it for the third out of the inning. It looked like it might have bounced, but instead, it's another line out for Antigua to Foster. A not ideal result with 2 on and 2 away. We're through 4 here in this 7-inning Sunday showdown. It's Bluefield with a 3-1 lead. Heading into the top of the 5th, they send their 2-3-4 hitters to the dish. Start of the summer was 4 innings into the top of the 5th, and he returns to the hill. Set to go for the 2-3-4 hitters. It's righty, lefty. Bluefield with a 3-1 lead, trying to extend that advantage. It's C.J. Oxendine, Bryce Campbell, and Ryan Nedved, the minimum. It starts with the right-handed catcher, Oxendine, who steps in the right-handed batter's box for the 3rd time today. He's walked both trips. First pitch. Up and in at the letters. 1 ball, no strikes. The rising freshman heading to Virginia Tech. 2 for 4 with a strikeout yesterday. The 1-0. Another one that misses in at the letters. Steinhaus back-to-back misses in identical spots. 2-0. Steinhaus, in both of his outings against Bluefield, he's gone 4 innings, trying to make his longest start of the summer, and the 2-0 misses outside. Needs to record an out to surpass that 4-inning mark. Right now with the 3-0 from the windup. This is inside. 4-pitch walk to Oxendine, and now the catcher has walked on all 3 trips to the right-handed batter's box. 3-1, Bluefield leads, trying to take game 2 of this pair here in B-Town. Sock Puppets took game 1 by a score of 15-7 yesterday. It's Bryce Campbell, the right-handed second baseman. Steinhaus from the stretch. Swing and a miss. Cutter at 87. Oxendine inching off the bag at first, yet to attempt a stolen base this summer. Being held on by Combs, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another cutter, this one down and away on that outer third. And Steinhaus, after surrendering a 4-pitch walk, works himself ahead in this count. Nothing in 2. Campbell, an RBI single his last time up. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase, down and away, a fastball. And Steinhaus has his 5th strikeout of the evening. It puts 1 away in the top of the 5th. Ryan Nedved now set to dig in, 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs to second. A large hole there in between first and second. Combs holding on Oxendine. Pitch. Taken for a called strike. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. Dots the outer half. Count 0-1 here to the first baseman, Nedved, hitting .193 this summer. The 0-1. Up and in. Had trouble locating that fastball to Oxendine from the right side earlier. Now another similar miss to the lefty swinging Nedved. Pitch, grounded right side and foul. Rolls into the Bluefield bullpen where Evan Mobley is starting to loosen for the Ridge Runners. His counterpart, Tyler Schaefer, for the Sock Puppets, is also up and throwing. 1-2 the count on Nedved. He struck out 20 times this summer. The offering. Hit up the middle and past Youcher into center field for a base hit. So first knock of the frame for the Ridge Runners. Puts 2 on, just 1 away. Top of the 5th. Bluefield with that 2-run lead and knocking on the door of adding to it with a runner in scoring position. Steinhaus. That was his 88th pitch. Set to deal to Levi Jones, the third baseman. He collects himself and goes home. Foul tipped in and out of the mitt of Carruthers. 0-1. Jones lined out on a sharply hit ball to the third baseman in the first inning. Singled his last time up in the third. The freshman from San Diego State takes a few steps out to regroup himself as Steinhaus receives a new ball from our home plate umpire, Marcus DeSico. The 0-1 after a check on second. Misses away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jones hitting .293. Was 2 for 4 with an RBI in last night's loss. Steinhaus has surpassed 90 pitches, and his 91st is on the way. Another one grounded foul. Jones behind 1-2. Steinhaus trying to get through 5 innings and keep this deficit at just 2 runs for the Burlington Bats, but time running out. Just 7 innings played in the Appy League on Sundays. The 1-2 to Jones. Spoils the fastball down and away. Gets a piece of it and sends it into the screen. Schaefer still just doing some long toss with Avery Smith down the left field line. Steinhaus stares in, gets a sign. Comes set, and the 1-2. Takes inside, slider that dove in the dirt. Oxendine on second, he walked. Nedved on first, he singled. 2-2 here in the top of the 5th. Ridge Runners leading 3-1. The delivery misses away at the belt. Count runs full here to Jones. Middle infield in double play depth. Pinch towards the bag and towards that outfield grass outline. The payoff pitch is fisted foul down the left side. Jones adjusts his batting gloves outside of the left-handed batter's box. Steinhaus has fired 95 pitches, a rarity in summer ball. Gets his pitch from Carruthers. Comes set, and the 3-2 comes home. This is high, and Jones wins that battle. Be interesting to see if Steinhaus, with his pitch count so high, still gets the chance to work through this inning. And Dave Schmidt comes up the steps to talk things over with his infield, which does not signify a pitching change. Schaefer still loosening for Burlington, but just the first mound visit. We'll take a quick break, but Andrew Steinhaus, with 96 pitches under his belt, tries to work out of a bases-loaded jam in a 3-1 game. Andrew Steinhaus back to work against the designated hitter Josh Hines. Right on right with the bases loaded. First pitch misses inside. 1-0 to Hines, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. Oxendine on third, Nedved on second. Jones off the bag at first, not being held on. Still one out. The pitch is cranked to center. Jackson back should be deep enough to tag for Oxendine. He hauls it in. The throw comes in way off line. Carruthers has to run down the line, but Steinhaus there on the backup. Prevents Nedved from moving to third, but Oxendine comes in and scores off a sac fly from Hines. Bluefield leads it 4-1. Still 2 on, but 2 away. Burlington's offense needs to start clicking if it wants a chance at pulling out this 2-game sweep. Right on right to Chris Daniels with 2 on and 2 away. Pitch misses outside. 1-0 to the third baseman, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The 1-0. Another one that misses down and in. That was Steinhaus's 100th pitch of the start. He's gone the distance for Burlington, but its offense has not helped the right-hander today. Top of the 5th, Ridge Runners lead at 4-1. 2-0, grounded to the left side. Yaucher, the shortstop, goes to Vela at second for 1. It's in time to retire the side. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Sock Puppets back down by 3. They send the 2-3-4 hitters, Dom Krapinski, Preston Yaucher, and Brian Carruthers. Foster's day is done, and he departs in line for a win after going 4 innings. Leading Burlington to just 1 run. It's Ridge Runners 4, Burlington just 1 tally. He gives way to Evan Mobley, right-hander from Florida Southern, who enters with a 1.17 ERA. He'll deal to the 2-3-4 hitters, Dom Krupinski, Preston Youcher, and Brian Carruthers. Pitch has been thrown down to his catcher, C.J. Oxendine. Mobley making his 6th appearance. He's gone 7 2/3, allowed just 1 earned run, 5 walks, and double the strikeouts. He's in to face Don Krupinski, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Just 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1. 0-1. This is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball cutter change in curveball for Mobley. There's up the one that was in. 1-1. Popped up left side, hooking foul past the seats. Into the concourse for strike 2. The third baseman from Miami, Ohio was 3 for 4 with 2 walks yesterday, trying to ignite this Burlington offense that has been very quiet so far in this one. Mobley kicks and deals. This is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man in the bottom of the 5th. Sock Puppets have left 6 on the base paths today. The 2-2. This is away. Count runs full here to Krupinski, who commands the zone at an exceptional rate. Has drawn 15 walks in 15 starts for Burlington. The payoff from Mobley. Swung on and lifted into left center field. Shallow left. Cole Decker comes in, the left fielder, makes the one-handed squeeze, head high for the first out. Preston Youcher now set to dig in. The shortstop heading to Penn State. 1 for 2. A single last time up. Facing Mobley for the first time today. And out of the windup, the righty deals. Grounded foul. Into the backstop, and the count's 0-1. So Foster's day is complete. He entered with an ERA over 8 and exits with a 5.91. And after the 0-1, we'll get you his completed line. This is inside. Curveball, and the count level is 1 ball, 1 strike. Foster gets the start, his 4th of the summer. Goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, just 1 run. It was earned. It was the sac fly from Ariel Antigua. 1-1. Lifted into right field. Will McDonald over towards the line, and a step in fair ground. He makes the play for the second out of the inning. A couple of flyouts to the corner outfielder, sends 2 up and sends 2 down for the Sock Puppets here on the bottom of the 5th. Foster 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Completes his day. 1 miscue on the mound. Tried to pick off Dusty Vela at first and threw it into the Bluefield bullpen. That was the Sock Puppets' lone run of the game. Right on right to Brian Carruthers. First pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle to the shortstop Jones, who fields, goes to first in time. Evan Mobley makes quick work of the heart of the Burlington order. 10 pitches, and the Sock Puppets go 3 up, 3 down. We're through 5, and in the 2nd inning game, time is running out for the Sock Puppets, and Tyler Schaefer's time is to come. Andrew Steinhaus' day is done, and the reliever comes in as the first ball of the bat. Bluefield 4, Burlington 1. Andrew Steinhaus, after pitching a season-high 101 pitches, his day has completed. It's 4-1 Bluefield in the top of the sixth, and in comes Tyler Schaefer, the right-hander making his third appearance of 2025, a 4.5 ERA, 3 strikeouts, and just 1 walk. He's set to deal to the 8-9-1 hitters, Will McDonald, Jorge Valdez, and Cole Decker, righty, lefty, lefty, and it starts with the right fielder from Tallahassee State Junior College, McDonald. Out of the windup, Schaefer kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Schaefer first call out of the pen for Steinhaus. 1-0, fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Steinhaus goes 5 innings, gives up 4 hits, 4 runs. All 4 were earned. And the main concern with his line was the 6 walks. Battled back 5 strikeouts, but he departs with a 4-1 deficit. And the 1-1 fouled back into the netting. And here in Schaefer's first at-bat of the game, McDonald's behind 1-2. The right-handed right fielder 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Hit to put a ball in play. The 1-2. Pushed foul down that right side. 1-2 the count. McDonald from the right side. Schaefer nods off one sign and comes home. Another one fouled straight back. A couple of 2-strike pitches spoiled by McDonald. The freshman from Tallahassee, Florida, stayed in his hometown to play his college ball. The 1-2. Another one fouled straight back. McDonald making sure he gets his pitch. Just 2 for 6 so far this summer. Still lacking a little bit of experience. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. McDonald down on strikes for the second time tonight, and Schaefer retires his leadoff man via the forwards K. 1 gone, top of the 6th here in this 7-inning Sunday showdown. Jorge Valdez now set to step in. 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the 3rd, struck out swinging his last time up in the 4th. Base is clear. Schaefer from the windup. Kicks and deals. Called strike, fastball at 88 miles an hour. Dots the inner 3rd, 0-1. Both teams with the day off tomorrow. The 0-1. This is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bluefield heads home to battle in a 2-game set with Tri-State. Burlington on the road for a pair with Kingsport. But a universal league-wide day off tomorrow. 1-1. Grounded, and it was fouled. Ricocheted off Valdez. Schaefer came off the mound charging to field it, but instead it's a 1-2 count. It's a Burlington bullpen that ranks 3rd in the Appy League in earned run average, a 4.4 ERA. Manager Anthony Essien trying to get through this game using just 2 pitchers, hoping Schaefer can get through the 6th and the 7th. The 1-2. Skied to right. Shelley comes in underneath the lights, makes the play above his head. One-handed, and there's 2 gone. The 8 and 9 hitters are retired here in the top of the 6th, and now the leadoff man, Cole Decker, who led this game off with a walk that he came around to score on. He's since been retired in consecutive trips to the left-handed batter's box. Schaefer winds. Pitch to Decker, in there for a called strike. Slider at 77 miles an hour. Broke into that outer third, and it dives for strike 1. Pitch just misses outside. Carruthers looked back and asked home plate umpire Marcus DeSico where that one was. Both Burlington and Bluefield have left 6 on today. The 1-1 is fouled back. Nobody on now, though, but right now it's been Bluefield, and the difference in the Ridge Runners' lead was timely hitting. Sock Puppets just 1 run after putting 14 on the board yesterday. 1-2 to the lefty swinging left fielder. With 2 away, comes home. This is outside, another slider. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Decker hitting .290 this summer. Hitting .347 against Burlington. The 2-2 is driven foul left field. Right on left, Schaefer to Decker, battling it out once more at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defense playing the leadoff man straight up. Rounded foul. Decker continuing to battle with Schaefer. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. CJ Oxendine is on deck. 2-2. This is downstairs. Count runs full to Decker. The base is clear. Schaefer nods, lifts his leg, and comes home. Fouled straight back over our heads. Count remains full to Decker. Burlington trailing 4-1. Just 7 innings to play here in the Appy League on Sundays. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Schaefer kicks and delivers. Hit on the ground on a couple of hops to the second baseman, Vela. Rifles to first in time. Schaefer in his first inning of work goes 3 up, 3 down, but still this Burlington offense needing to show life if it wants a chance to pick up the 2-game sweep over Bluefield. Zach Jackson, Peter Combs, and Shelley grew up on the other side. Burlington put up 15 runs a night ago, and into the bottom of the 6th, Sock Puppets have totaled just 1. They trail 4-1, and they face the second arm out of the Ridge Runners' pen. It comes in the form of the 6'1", 190-pound freshman from Missouri, Victor Crystal, set to face the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Burlington offense: Zach Jackson, Caden Combs, and Wade Shelley. Starting with the left-handed center fielder Jackson. Digs in, facing Crystal for the first time this season. Out of the windup. First pitch fastball misses inside, 91-mile-an-hour four-seamer. 1-0 to Jackson, who singled in the second and popped out his last time up in the third. Sock Puppets tallied their lone run in the third. The 1-0 misses downstairs. So Evan Mobley's day is done, and he goes just 1 inning for Bluefield, and it was an efficient frame. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, but got through it pretty easily. The 2-0 grounded right side and snagged by Nedved off a hop. Takes it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted to get things going here in the home half of the 6th. Jackson, it was sharply hit, came off the bat at 94 miles an hour. But the heads-up play by the first baseman from SIU Edwardsville erases the threat here to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. It's now Caden Combs, who singled his last time up, was stranded on third. Crystal to the windup. Slider tails into the zone, and Combs thought that one was coming in at the belt. Kind of ducked down, but it sweeped across the zone. The 0-1. This is outside. Another fastball at 91. A ball and a strike on Combs, hitting 184 this summer. He's 4 for 14 against Bluefield in 2025. Right on right. The 1-1 is flared foul. Right field, and bounces off the bleachers about 5 rows and kicks off and caught on a bare hand by a lucky fan that's going home with a souvenir. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Combs. First baseman heading to Auburn in the fall. The offering is fouled off. Another slider that Crystal fooled Combs with earlier in the at-bat. But this time, some development. Combs fends it off. Stays alive here in the 1-2 count. Looked uncomfortable, though, facing that breaking ball. Crystal, the 1-2. He goes fastball, and it's cut on and missed. 2 up, 2 down for the right-hander from Missouri. Making pretty quick and simple work of this Burlington order. Just 7 innings to play here on this Sunday night game. Sock Puppets trailing 4-1, and Wade Shelley, who's 0 for 2, ready to step in. Pitch misses inside at the knees. 1 ball, no strikes. One the count. Crystal winds and fires. Fastball called strike on the outer half. Crystal, a deep breath. Right down the middle of the rubber. Pressing the red mitt against the letters. Ridge Runner script across the front. Shakes off a couple of signs, now nods. Winds, comes home. Shelley punches it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes after the 92-mile-an-hour fastball. The 1-2. Grounded left side to the shortstop Jones on a couple of hops. Fields and pulls Nedved off the bag. It's not in time. He tried to tag Shelley on the backhand and appealed down. Nedved wants the home plate umpire's Marcus DeSico's opinion on it. The umpires converged down the first base line. Zach Bloom said that it pulled Nedved off the base, but if the first baseman applied the tag, they could overrule it, and they don't. So Shelley on first after the error from the shortstop, Levi Jones. It's his 5th of the summer. Right on left to Dusty Vella. Facing Crystal for the first time today with 2-way and the runner on first. Pitch misses outside, 1-0. Skied into shallow left field. Decker calls him off. And the left fielder makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. So despite a 2-out base runner, it's still quick work for Victor Crystal out of the pen for the Ridge Runners. Into the 7th, and Burlington trying to keep it at just a 3-run game. It's back to the mound for Tyler Schaefer. To the top of the 7th here in this 7-inning game between Bluefield and Burlington. 2-3-4 set to come to the plate for the Ridge Runners. CJ Oxendine, Bryce Campbell, and Ryan Nedved the minimum against Tyler Schaefer, the reliever who came in to replace Andrew Steinhaus, who got the start, went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. Right on right here in the top of the 7th from the windup. On the ground, right side, Vella, the second baseman, fields. Quick play, throws on to first in time. 1 out, all it needs to retire Oxendine, who is now retired for the first time today. First at-bat of the game for Oxendine after walking his first 3 times to the plate. Now Bryce Campbell, who's 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout. From the right side, Schaefer kicks and comes home. Fastball at the knees, called strike, 0-1. Oh and 1. Schaefer delivers. On the outer half, four-seam fastball at 89, called strike. 0-2 here to Campbell. Facing Schaefer for the first time today and for the first time this season. Right-hander making just his 3rd appearance. He comes home with the 0-2 when a slider misses away. 1-2 the count. The base is clear. Bluefield leading 4-1, trying to pick up game 2 of the 2-game set after dropping game 1 by a score of 15-7. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Schaefer delivers his 2nd punch out of the game. Sends 2 down in the top of the 7th. Ryan Nedved, the cleanup first baseman, now steps in from the left side. First lefty of the frame that Schaefer has to face. from the windup. Taken for ball one. 1-0 the count. Defense playing Nedved straight up. Couple of ground outs to the second baseman in his first couple of at-bats, and a single his last time. The 1-0 loads up and taken outside, ball two. Two-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 88 miles an hour across the heart of the plate, but Nedved just swings over the top of it. He knows that that was a mistake because Schaefer doesn't allow pitches in that location very often. The 2-1. Grounded left side, and on the backhand, Vela snares, gets up, throws to first, and a fine play defensively for the second baseman. We'll see if that ignites the Burlington Bats in the home half of the seventh. They're 3 outs away from dropping game 2. It sends the 9-1-2 hitters to the plate. Jennings, Antigua, and Krapinski for some last inning magic. On the other side, this is the home. Just 7 innings in the bottom of the 7th. That means it's the last chance for the Burlington offense to spark a comeback. It sends the 9-1-2 hitters to the plate. Chance Jennings, Ariel Antigua, and Dom Krapinski, and ask for much of a better 3 to start this 7th inning rally, but they'll have to do it against the right-hander from Florida Southern, Aiden Kelly, 6'1", 225-pound junior, making his second appearance in the summer. He'll be right on right to begin things here in the home half. Jennings 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch his last time up. Still struggling since returning from injury, 1 for 13 over the course of the past week. Banged up his hip in last week's homestand against Tri-State. The base is clear and out of the windup. First pitch taken inside. Fastball at 89 miles an hour. Ball 1 to Jennings. 1 for 2 with a couple of walks yesterday. Plenty of speed on the base paths if he can get there. 1-0. Across the heart of the plate. This four-seamer at 91. Jennings just 2 for 15 against Bluefield. The 1-1 up the middle and snared by Jones, who has to make a spinning throw, and it's in time. Jones, who fell in the outfield grass trying to make that play, it was in time to retire Jennings, who has plenty of speed. That ball needed to come off the hand quickly of Jones, and it did. Nedved on the stretch at first, and the leadoff man retired in the bottom of the 7th. What a play defensively for Bluefield. Ridge Runners 4, Sock Puppets 1. Both sides have tallied 4 hits, but It's been the timeliness of Bluefields that's been the difference. First pitch to Antigua. Inside, change up at 83. 1 ball, no strikes. Antigua, a couple of line outs to the pitcher and a sacrifice fly to drive in Burlington's lone run back in the third. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. He chased the changeup downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Antigua, 5 RBIs a night ago. He was 3 for 5 at the plate. The DH from Tennessee props the bat over his right shoulder. Here's the 1-1. Tapped foul. Fastball touched 93 off the right hand of Kelly. The count's 1-2 now on Antigua. All 3 of his at-bats were against the starter Foster. 4th arm of the day for Bluefield. 1-2 with the bases clear. 1 away. Kelly kicks and fires. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Antigua in just his 5th game with Burlington. Trying to spark this 7th inning rally. There's 1 away and a 2-2 count. This is inside at the knees. Fastball and the count runs full. Dom Krapinski on deck. Payoff pitch forthcoming from Kelly after a deep breath. Foul tipped in and out of the mitt of Oxendine. Would have been strike 3 if the backstop could have clamped down on it, but instead Antigua stays alive at 3-2. Burlington took game 1 last night, 15-7. But such a contrasting offensive output today. Just one run so far. Kelly set at the letters and misses inside, and Antigua draws a walk. Exceptional plate discipline, and Burlington has a base runner in the bottom of the 7th. 1 away, and Dom Krapinski set to step in. Oh for 2 with a walk today. Antigua 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts. A short lead off of first, being held on by Nedved, creeping further off the base. First offering out of the stretch to Krapinski is taken down low. Krapinski, 15 walks so far this summer in 16 games. Right on left. Kelly comes home and misses down and away. Couldn't locate that outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes on the third baseman from Miami, Ohio. Still 4-1, Bluefield leads. The pitch swung on and grounded foul right side. Right in front of first base coach Rob Selna. And it trickles into the Ridge Runners bullpen. Antigua returns to first. He's aboard courtesy of the free pass. Kelly trying to close things out. He's got 1 save in 2025. Set above the belt, the 2-1. At the belt for a called strike. Right there on that inside rail. Count levels, 2 balls, 2 strikes after Kelly was behind 2-0. The offering. Called strike 3. Krapinski looked at it in that upper third, but there's 2 gone now and a runner on first. Burlington down to its final out. It's Preston Youcher, who takes a couple of signs from third base coach Torrey Pettiford. Still just 1 runner on. Ridge Runners lead it 4-1. Kelly trying to lock things down and give Carlos Foster the win. First pitch. Swung on, grounded to the left side. Levi Jones collects himself, throws to first. It's high. It pulls Nedved off the base, but he comes down before Youcher reaches. Bluefield takes game 2 of this pair, and the Ridge Runners, who come in just a game and a half back of first place, trim that gap and exit Burlington just 1 game back. It's 3 consecutive series that the Sock Puppets take game 1 and drop game 2. They have a day off tomorrow, and they'll bounce back in Kingsport on Tuesday. The final score, Bluefield 4, Burlington 1. Both teams tally 4 hits. Ridge Runners just a bit more timely. 2 miscues in the field for Bluefield, and Burlington keeps a clean sheet defensively, but not enough as the Sock Puppets bats go down quietly. The difference quite possibly could be the 8 left on, an 0 for 6 day with the Burlington offense with runners in scoring position. 7 innings here on Sunday, and we thank you for joining us for those 7 innings. For Adam Hipsky, our producer, Carter Honeycutt, our general manager, Anderson Rathbun. We're off until July 4th, but once America's holiday hits, we also hit the air, and we hope you'll join us then. Follow us at Go Sock Puppets on all socials to stay up to date with how this Burlington team is doing. They still lead the Appy League Eastern Division. That'll do it for our coverage here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Bluefield 4, Burlington 1. Thanks for joining us.